Welcome in to another episode of my Dynasty Fantasy Football YouTube. Today, it's a different kind of episode talking about the Patreon, what I'm offering on there, why you should join, and all of that. But first, as always, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Let's go. So, I've always found it's great to talk about, well, I'm offering this or I'm offering that or the 50% discount. I'm going to go over those things. I discuss those on every video, though. So, one thing is I kind of want to sometimes I feel short on differentiating why my Patreon is different, why it's worth signing up for, or even why it's different from my YouTube content. What extra are you getting? I think I've done a better job of that lately, but I still think it's hard sometimes to understand. So, one of the main things is interaction and engagement. I'm there every day teaching you how to play Dynasty, teaching you Dynasty strategy, going over your trades. There isn't another Patreon like this. Most others, they're offering some sort of product, some charting or whatever. The key here is the engagement. It's why I don't do it on Twitter. I don't do it in the YouTube comments because I'm doing it all day in the Patreon. And there's a passion that you'd see if you signed up. I don't think it comes across on the YouTube videos. I think it comes across, but the YouTube videos are a small slice of what I'm offering, maybe 10% of my analysis, maybe not even. And I think that the Patreon offers more. I think that it's a lot of fun. You'll love signing up and you'll see why very quickly. So, with that said, I'll go into kind of what I'm offering. So, the Patreon's been around a long time. It's not new. What is new, though, is that the way of marketing has kind of changed. Twitter is kind of dying out. It's not, you can't promote anything on there. They kill every external link. It doesn't work. So, I've had to use the YouTube to promote the Patreon now, but it isn't new. It's been around since 2020. It's been built on three main parts: the rankings, the Discord, and direct message advice. And lately, I've added the write ups, which I think are very important, and more Patreon only video content. So I want to talk about some of this and specifically what's going on with that in season. So the first group is what's offered at all tiers: the rankings, the write ups, and the videos. The rankings, I have dynasty ranks. I split it up by position. And I also have start sit rankings for every week. I update those all of the time. And the write ups, I think, are something important. A lot of people have been asking me, well, why don't you cover this on the YouTube? Oh, you only covered these three shorter videos. But what about this? What about this other player? Or what about this? I cover every player in the write ups. I cover every game. And for every game, I go through the two teams. I go through every player, what every player did or what they didn't do. Because sometimes it's about what they didn't do in that game. So I do go through everything. And then in the Discord, you get an opportunity to ask me about it. But even if you're not in that tier, you still get the write up for everything. So you get my take on everything. Every player who played in every single game, every single week of the entire year. Now, I do other write ups too. Sometimes I do write ups about dynasty values. I've done write ups in the offseason about rookies, about breaking down teams, team previews, offseason previews for teams. So I've done a lot of different write ups, but the one that people are talking about now is my game write ups. That is the in season important thing, the game write ups, every game. So you're asking, why don't I cover something? I did cover it. I just covered it on the Patreon. And that's where that's going to be now. It's all covered there. So I can say it was covered because it was, but it was only for patrons. Now, the Patreon only videos, those are something that kind of come up here and there. They're not as integral as the write ups, which are a main part. But I do sometimes do Patreon only videos, more so in the off season. In season, there's more roster breakdowns and trade breakdown videos. But all of this stuff at the bottom tier, these are what I would call passive enjoyment, as in they're there for you. The rankings, the write ups, the videos. You can watch them, read them, and look at the rankings. It's not interactive, but if you're just looking for my extra content, it's all included even at the lowest tier. Now, the next is the $9 tier now, the Discord. The Discord, I think, is the best value. I probably don't price it correctly. Realistically, probably the rankings tier should cost less and the Discord tier should cost more. But I make the Discord a better value on purpose because it's my version of community. This is where, like, there's an injury. Let's say, there was an injury, Omari and Hampton, an injury. I posted it in the Discord. This is where I post my news updates. And then we start a conversation. Do we want Kimani Vidal or Hassan Haskins? I mentioned Kimani Vidal on yesterday's stash video, but I'd already been talking about Kimani Vidal and Hassan Haskins for like 4 days. So it had already been talked about. There's never anything new covered on the YouTube. Anything covered on the YouTube was already covered in the Discord previously, most likely, if not multiple times. So this is where my advice takes place. If you're looking for my opinion on a matchup for start sit, general opinion, I post that in the Discord. And then, just general Dynasty discussion, other things, it's all taking place in there. So this is kind of like I've moved that Twitter experience that I used to do maybe 5 years ago and moved it to Discord. That's where it takes place now. And it's a complete experience. I think the $9 tier, the Discord tier, is a complete experience. I think you get everything. There's all of my takes, everything, every piece of advice. It's all there. And the Discord is very expansive if you're looking for it. All of your questions, it'll all be answered at the Discord tier. Everything will be taken care of. So you might wonder, if I believe the Discord tier is a complete experience, there's a bunch of higher tiers. Why do those exist? Okay. They exist because these tiers obviously include everything I mentioned earlier. These tiers are a little more detailed. If you're looking for all of my takes, all my information, all my general stuff, it's all available at the $9 tier. If you're looking for me to really go through your team specifically, your team, your league, your buys and sells, your trades in more detail than just vague general values, that takes place in the direct message tiers. I have options for 1, 2, 3, or unlimited teams. And a lot of people ask, what about the team review? The team review. I'm interested in the team review. This is not a team review. That does exist. There are people who do that. They take a look at your team and they review it. They say, well, you do this. I like this. I don't like this. That I will do that when you sign up for the Patreon, but that's not what this is, because Patreon is a monthly subscription product, a yearly subscription product. So it's more of a building over time. We're going to work with your team over time through a long period of time to continuously make it better. That's what it is. I'll walk you through rookie drafts as they come. If you want to sign up in the off season or switch to a startup draft, I'm good at walking you through those. Actually, that's probably my favorite thing to do. And then I'll help you handle your start sit questions as well if you have more complicated ones that aren't answered by the ranking spreadsheet. And then, just help you with trades and everything that you want, really. I mean, at the end of the day, I find that the direct message advice is kind of dictated and directed by you. I'm willing to talk to you about anything, but the more you put in, the more you get out. I am a great resource and I love talking to people. And people often think I'm more introverted person because of how I handle interacting a lot of the time. But I'm not actually. I'm a more extroverted person. I like talking to people. Those reasons I don't do a lot of interactions on Twitter or on here are business reasons. But that's not because I don't like talking. So I love these types of conversations. I have probably about 50 to 100 a day. So it's a lot, but I don't mind because it's a lot of fun for me. So yeah, that's what the direct message advice tiers are. And they're the most personalized experience that I offer. So why sign up now? Okay, so we're in the middle of the season, right? So we're in the middle of the season, and I do think there are two main reasons to sign up now. One, my start sit content. I think it's really good. I used to be known for answering a lot of start sit questions on Twitter. I find that that's not particularly helpful these days. Maybe I'll give someone one answer. Usually comes with a promotion for the Patreon. If it's not seeming to go through, that's probably it for free start sit for you. Um, I'm not really using Twitter much anymore. Maybe on Sunday morning I'll go in from here and there, but I just, yeah, I'm not really doing that anymore. Um, and yeah, I mean, I like doing start sit. I find it to be fun in the Patreon Discord. I will say the emphasis on start sit has kind of moved away because, to be honest with you, I found that the patrons are more interested in my Dynasty advice. Maybe it's because all the patrons are coming through the YouTube channel now. So, in-season Dynasty team management, I'm pretty good at that. I'm very good at helping you compete or helping you rebuild, decide on a direction for your team, decide what to do, give you up to the minute advice during the craziness of the NFL season. One thing, most Dynasty analysts are so bad at adapting. They're very, very bad. They don't know how to do that. They just can't do it. They overthink, they get stuck in their head. They're not quick enough to adapt, or they overreact to certain things. So this is something I'm very good at. And I will help you navigate the NFL season, which comes with lots of injuries, lots of other problems, and lots of obstacles to deal with. Now, let's talk about the discount. So, this has been the most successful program for growing the Patreon that I've ever done. I want to thank all the YouTube viewers who've taken me up on the offer. I believe since I started doing this, I think almost a year ago, there's been over 100 people who've taken me up on this offer. So that's actually pretty good. And it's the 50% discount off your first month at all tiers using the code TylerYT50. If you use that code at checkout, you'll get 50% discount off your first month at whatever tier you choose. It applies only to the first month, but I'm going to make this a forever offer. I'm not going to say, oh, it's only available for the next week or whatever. Forever. Forever. I know that's maybe not the best business move, but I think it's just simpler. I always believe in the product. You can get 50% off your first month at whatever tier you choose. And if you don't like it, fair enough. You tried it, you didn't like it, that's okay. But I'm going to offer this forever to encourage people to try it. And again, this has been very successful. So I want to thank everyone who's signed up using that code. And again, patreon.com/fantasy advice, code TylerYT50. You can sign up there. There's also a yearly discount. You get 25% off all 12 months. So basically, you're getting a year of the Patreon for 9 months price. This is also permanent. It's built-in Patreon feature. You can switch from monthly to yearly very easily on Patreon. There's always going to be 25% off for committing to a yearly plan. That won't change. At the end of the day, Dynasty is year-round. My Patreon product is year-round. So I want to encourage and give people a discount to sign up year-round. And that's why I have this program. And again, it's something you can always switch to later. I understand some people don't want to commit to a year sight unseen, right? They'd rather take my 50% off the first month. And then maybe after that, I've had a lot of people sign up for 1 month and then immediately switch to a year. You get 50% off your first month and then 25% off the year coming after that. They're two separate things. So you can do the 50% off your first month and then do the yearly plan for an additional 25% off that year. Again, I see people do that all the time. So it's just something I have available. Now, I'm going to make this segment a little bit shorter. I'll just say why signing up for the Patreon matters. Look, neither YouTube, forget Twitter. There's no revenue on Twitter. So I'll just say YouTube. YouTube, my channel is content successful. It's great. People watch the videos. The channel is a successful channel. The channel is not monetarily successful. The YouTube channel maybe breaks even or so, maybe makes a little money, but it's barely any. 95% or more, probably it's more closer to 99% of the revenue from my content creation comes from the Patreon. The Patreon allows the YouTube to exist. Again, the YouTube could exist content wise, but money wise, there would be no, like if I stopped doing the Patreon, there would be no YouTube. I would not be doing the YouTube if there were no Patreon, right? The YouTube exists money wise because the Patreon allows it to exist. There would not be a YouTube monetarily if there were no Patreon. There would be nothing to pay for the camera, the mic, the graphics for the thumbnails, pay for all of that. The Patreon pays for that. So I have really appreciated the recent signups. I think it's going a little bit better. I've tried to emphasize more during the videos how the Patreon could help you. And I think that that's helping. Again, I've appreciated the recent signups, and I'm glad that the message of independent content requiring independent support has been coming across. The world that we live in is dominated now by AI and clickbait and crappy content. And at the end of the day, I am not a large corporation. So for something like my YouTube channel to exist in a revenue way, it has to be supported by a direct revenue product. Now, other people have different products, but or different things like that. There are a lot of different ways to do that. For me, it's the Patreon because that's what I'm good at and that's what I believe in. But essentially, independent human created content requires independent support, meaning money, to exist. There is no other way. If there were, I would do it, but there's not. And because there's not, that means that the Patreon is going to be tied into the YouTube content more and more, not less and less. And I'm okay with that because I think it's transparent and honest instead of being fake and pretending, oh, I only care about the YouTube audience. If I don't care if people sign up for Patreon, that would be fake. That would be dishonest. That's not really how I feel. I do really care if people sign up for the Patreon. The Patreon allows the YouTube to exist. The Patreon is what funds all of these things. So I want to be honest. And that's honest, is the situation that the Patreon is what matters. And that won't change. That's going to be how it is forever. I don't see that ever changing. So with that said, I offer the 50% discount. I offer the yearly discount. I offer all of these things to incentivize people to sign up for the Patreon. And I'll just say, if I don't take your question in the YouTube comments, it's not because I don't like you or because I'm mad. It's protecting the business product. If I gave away what I did on the Patreon for free, nobody would sign up for the Patreon, right? If it were available for free, why would you pay for a paid product? So unfortunately, that is the way I now have to do things. Is it always my favorite thing? No. But I do these videos because they're honest and transparent, and that's where I'm at right now. I don't like lying to the audience or being dishonest. So that is the truth. And again, I appreciate everyone who signs up. And if you don't sign up, that's okay. Feel free to keep enjoying the videos, but there probably won't be any interactive content from me for non-patrons. The videos will be what they are, standalone, and that will be it. Now, if you like the video, this one almost 20-minute advertisement, I really appreciate you. But make sure to support the channel by subscribing. Don't forget to hit that new hype button to help the videos in the algorithm and to see my more normal fare that comes out at Monday, Wednesday, Friday around 3 p.m. Eastern every week. Plus, hit that notifications bell so you can be notified about all my exciting content as it drops. Plus, if you want my best fantasy football advice, it's available on Patreon. Dynasty content year-round, starts at content in season. You can click on the link in the top right corner, patreon.com/fantasyadvice. 50% discount at all tiers using the code TylerYT50. Every sign up helps support my independent content. But once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.